intestinal bleeding this morning, but he did stay alert the whole time. Nurses say he had a good night last night and was able to eat and walk around this morning. Reverend Graham will stay in the hospital for observation while doctors perform tests to find the source of the bleeding and to determine a course for his ongoing care.
Today is the first day back to class for students and faculty at Virginia Tech. It's a bittersweet occasion for many of them, returning to the place where a gunman killed 32 people and himself last April. The tragedy mars the promise of a new school year for returning students who were injured in the shootings. Caitlin Carney was shot in Norris Hall.
Honestly, I don't go a day where I don't think about where they are. There's no doubt in my mind that those 32 people who died that day were angels. The whole time he was shooting, I was confused as to what was going on, and it was best to stay silent and still and to play dead until it's over.
Yesterday, 5 Virginia Tech students were hospitalized with carbon monoxide poisoning from their off-campus apartment. 2 are in critical condition.
Well, the campus is looking alive again in Cullowhee as the Catamounts return to class. Students at Western Carolina University started moving in and unpacking on Friday. Today, they met the teachers and fellow classmates they'll be seeing a lot of this semester. For some, today was a chance to reconnect with old friends.
My first day of school has been fabulous because I actually have met some friends back from high school in my cheerleading days. So I was really excited.
And starting today, students who live off campus have a new shuttle service to take them to class. It runs from 7 a.m. until 4:30.
And students at schools already back in session could have a hot ride home from class. About 2/3 of the bus fleet used by Buncombe County and Asheville City schools do not have air conditioning. The principal of West Buncombe Elementary says bus drivers lower windows before they roll out of the parking lots in the afternoons. She also says they monitor children to make sure the kids don't get overheated and that students can bring water bottles on board. Bus drivers must also do a check at the end of the day.
It's part of their routine check at the end of their run to make sure they go all the way to the
Their efforts from rescue to recovery.
You're watching News 13 and 5. Closed captioning sponsored by Carolina Furniture Concepts.
Inside those headphones is something familiar, a battery. And if you think all batteries are the same, consider this. When even the firefighters have to get out, fire departments all over the world now depend on the T-Pass 3 communicator. And packed inside is the only battery T-Pass trusts, Duracell. So whether it's music to your ears or the signal that could save you, it just has to work. Duracell, trusted everywhere.
Okay, I'm Mr. Opportunity, and if I'm around, that means now's your chance to pick a beautiful Accord, the popular Civic, a versatile Pilot, a very cool Odyssey, or any other Honda you've been yearning for at a price that'll bring music to your ears.
Hi! Nice to see you again, Mr. O.
Hey, seems like I'm kind of popular this time of year. The 2007 Honda Clearance. Now you can lease a Honda Odyssey for $279 a month for well-qualified customers. I'm Mr. Opportunity, I'm back, and I'm knocking.
My family relies on me, and David understood that.
David makes you feel at ease. Most lawyers are in a hurry, but not David.
David treated my family with respect.
David took the time to explain things in a way that my family could understand.
He gets results. Thank you, David.
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 No, thank you for trusting me over the last 25 years.
Yep, that's $1.99.
A little change can change any night with Pizza Hut. $1.99 buys a medium one-topping pizza when you buy any large specialty pizza at menu price. Get America's favorite pizza. Pizza Hut, now online.
Darrell Waltrip here, now at Pizza Hut. Enter for your chance to win my ride, a limited edition signature series Darrell Waltrip race car, and a trip to Florida where I will hand you the keys during championship weekend at Homestead Miami Speedway. So add a 2-liter of Mountain Dew to your next Pizza Hut order, and I'll see you at the race.
An immigration activist who was deported to Mexico is vowing to continue to fight for her cause.
We begin today's newsreel with that story. Elvira Arellano, an illegal immigrant, was arrested yesterday. She had holed up in a Chicago church for a year to avoid being deported. The pastor of the church says she was sent to Tijuana after being arrested at a rally in Los Angeles. She has an 8-year-old son who is staying with the pastor's family. She plans to talk to Mexican lawmakers and continue to organize across the border.
5 days after a devastating earthquake in Peru, rescuers have given up hope of finding any more survivors. Instead, they're focusing on clearing tons of rubble from the streets of Pisco. The city was leveled by the magnitude 8 quake that killed more than 500 people. Searchers removed nearly 150 bodies from a church in that city. No survivors have been found in the debris since Friday.
A man is dead and his wife in critical condition after a double shooting at a business in northeast Atlanta. Witnesses say the man squeezed through a window about 8:30 this morning to gain access to the building. Police aren't releasing any more details on the incident, including a possible motive.
Owners of million-dollar homes and summer cottages near Ketchum, Idaho are keeping a close eye on a forest fire in that area. The Castle Rock fire is burning within a mile of about 100 homes. The governor issued a mandatory evacuation order yesterday. The fire is estimated to be over 14,000 acres in size. About 500 firefighters are battling that blaze.
I think we're still setting records. The heat is definitely on.
The heat is on, but the sun was coming and going this afternoon, which was kind of nice. It was still hot, but a little.
I thought it was going to rain.
Yeah. How about it, Mike?
Yeah, it looks like it could, doesn't it? In some cases, wouldn't we like it to? But there's not a drop of rain anywhere near us right now, according to AccuWeather Neighborhood Doppler. But we do have some chances coming up. I'll highlight the AccuWeather forecast in just a minute.
Well, then what is the point of having cake if not to eat it too?
When you don't have to worry about your wireless service, you have the freedom to think about other things. And now, Suncom introduces the best deal in wireless. With the Unplan, you can enjoy the freedom of unlimited calls, text, pics, and web browsing for the unbelievable value of only $69.99. You can't get this deal anywhere else. It's only at Suncom. Worryless wireless.
Feel shackled to a gas pump with today's high prices? Then declare your independence with a new Kia from Paramount Kia.
You can travel from sea to shining sea in a new 2007 Kia Rio for only $89 a month. Power windows, locks, air conditioning, and CD stereo.
With a 2007 Kia Rio, you'll get great gas mileage, 38 miles per gallon, and the reliability of Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Save thousands over Honda and Toyota. I did, and so should you. Make the drive today to Paramount Kia in Asheville.
Southcliff, a private gated community in Asheville, North Carolina. Sometimes life's best memories happen without even trying. To create yours, simply visit our new sales lodge, now open. Southcliff, nature at your doorstep.
Builders of all ages have been trusting Lester Carpet Sales with their floor covering for decades. No kidding. Lester Carpet Sales, our friendship and floor covering is long-lasting.
Weather is brought to you by Lester Carpet Sales. And now, your AccuWeather forecast from News 13.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the weekend. I was hoping the temperatures would be just a little bit cooler than they were. We ended up coming down a couple of degrees, but it really wasn't a whole lot of relief at all. And we had a couple of rumblers, but not any widespread rain, and it's hard to see any here in the near future, at least for now. Here's a live look outside our Pisgah cam. We do have some sunshine filtering through the cloud, partly cloudy skies, a few fair weather cumulus clouds, lots of haze again. And it is hot. We are not near the record, though. We got up to 91 degrees. That record, 97, set back in 1983. So we would have to get a lot hotter for us to topple the record for today. This whole week, though, anticipated to be quite hot. 12 hours ago, we were pretty quiet early in the morning. We had a lot of sunshine throughout the afternoon, and there really is not much to show you on our satellite radar imagery because there's just not a lot out there. No rain anywhere near us, as far as I can tell. You'd have to go out of the state to get any drops of rain at all. 91 degrees the current temperature. This is our high so far today. 97 degrees up in Morganton. Much of the upstate, hot in the mid-90s. Franklin, Andrews, both at 90 degrees. A little closer inspection. There are a few 80s, but it still feels warm in those places, too. Bakersville and Burnsville and Mars Hill, all at 86 degrees. 2 degrees cooler in Waynesville and Silva. Sapphire about 83. Throughout the upstate, temperatures are in the 90s. Spartanburg 96. Same for Lawrence. Greenwood even hotter, closer to that century mark. Then in Georgia, temperatures there anywhere between 96 to 97 degrees. 91 are current at the Ashville Airport. Dew points are up in the 60-degree range. It's 61 with a humidity of 36%, so it is a little bit muggy. Falling pressure, northwest wind not offering a lot of relief there at 8 miles an hour. The upstate, partly cloudy sky, 62 for a dew point now. It's humidity at 32%, and a west wind at around 12 miles an hour. Virginia Romine of Woodlawn, a weather spotter there, had a high of 93. She's backed off to 85. So it has a slight cool down at the moment. 63 for her low this morning. She's reporting quite a bit of cloud cover. It's mostly cloudy. The storm track remains well to the north of us, and that's where they've been getting just a lot of rain. There's some flooding going on in several places there. Severe weather possible through Ohio. Here's a frontal boundary that's stalled out. They had several inches of rain up in Minnesota, too, where they have had some flooding over the weekend with a lot of water going into people's basements, I understand there. Severe weather possible over Nebraska, maybe even a tornado or two. All of that will continue to track north of where we are, at least in the short term, as high pressure is blocking its movement from the south. Impressive hurricane, Category 4 on the Sanford-Simpson scale. Dean is still barreling toward the Yucatan Peninsula. Fortunately enough, it only grazed Jamaica. It didn't get a direct hit, but they still had plenty of damage. And now we're noticing a very defined eye. This thing went through what we call an eye wall formation cycle. A secondary eye wall started to form outside the main one, and that usually shows intensification in a very strong hurricane. It's completed that cycle now. It has one eye, and it means it's going to probably strengthen, maybe even become a Category 5 before it makes landfall in the Yucatan again. Here's the latest. If you're tracking along, 150-mile-an-hour winds, gusts up to 165. It's moving west at 20 miles an hour, so it's really hauling. And that is due to continue on that track now, go into Mexico a little bit later this week as it tracks over the Yucatan. Not curving northward, which means we should not get any moisture out of this storm. Unfortunately, of course, we could use some, as dry as it's been lately. 64 degrees overnight tonight, partly cloudy skies, some morning fog. The upstate about 73, another warm start. The afternoon like today, up to 91 degrees. Possibility for a storm or two, not highly likely. The upstate 98, it'll stay hot and hazy. After that, your AccuWeather 7-day forecast will be in the 90s, even climbing through the rest of the week. A little bit better chance for isolated storms Wednesday and Thursday, but the best chance for rain at the moment is the end of the weekend on Sunday.
Wow. Well, after 2 failed shoulder operations, a local man has finally found relief.
Next in our health alert, find out about the procedure that changed his life.
Plus, supplements thought to reduce the risk of cancer may have the opposite effect in women. We'll explain.
It's Ford's model year clearance. The best time to drive a Ford SUV with 0% financing plus $2,007 cash back on every Ford SUV, including Expedition EL, the leader in total quality. Expedition offers an available powerful third-row seat and Explorer with the most safety features in its class. Get 0% financing plus $2,007 cash back on every Ford SUV during Ford's model year clearance. Visit your Carolina Ford dealer or go to FordVehicles.com.
Improve your bathroom and improve your lifestyle. Call Rebath at 1-800-BATHTUB and convert that old bathtub to a modern walk-in shower. An easy-to-clean shower base with a built-in seat and safety bar. Pick your new colors and you can have a walk-in shower in as little as 1 day. Call today and get $200 off. Don't monkey around. Call Rebath, America's largest bath remodeler, at 1-800-BATHTUB.
Your exclusive AccuWeather forecast 24 hours a day from News 13 and the Weatherline Forecast Service.
So once again, you're saying I can order any combination of 5 items for just $5.95 every day.
Yep. So I can get 2 Arby's melts, curly fries, a turnover, and a shake?
$5.95 every day. What about 5 melts? $5.95 every single day. No way.
Bet. Do it.
Yeah, they're thinking Arby's. Pick 5 of your Arby's favorites for $5.95 every day, like the Arby's melt, curly fries, and a Jamocha shake. An everyday deal so great, it'll have you saying, I'm thinking Arby's.
If comfort and peace of mind are on the top of your to-do list, call the professionals at Quality Air.
At Quality Air, our employees respect your home. Our guarantee to the client is we will leave your house as clean or cleaner than it was when we arrived. You can depend on our technicians to show up on time every time.
These men show up on time, they do the work right the first time,
If you're looking for a better experience with your heating and cooling company, please call Quality Air at 1-800-FURNACE today.
Sizzling sun, sudden storms. Summer weather in the mountains can change in an instant. And only News 13 keeps you covered around the clock. What you need to know when you need it most. News 13, your Western North Carolina weather leader.
BC diagnosed 12 stars with the same fever. Boogie fever. But who would those stars be? Dancing with the Stars, the announcement, coming soon on ABC. Start here.
Health Alert is brought to you by Interventional Pain Services of Western North Carolina.
A shoulder procedure offered right here in the mountains has turned one man's arm and life around.
In today's Health Alert, News 13's Jay Silter tells us about reverse shoulder replacement surgery.
Images of Frank Batchelor's shoulder don't tell the story nearly as well as he does.
I had 2 failed operations on my right shoulder in Florida, and it left me where I could barely lift my right hand up.
Hoping to regain motion, Frank underwent reverse shoulder replacement surgery at Mission Hospitals. Dr. Gordon Grove performed the procedure that has been FDA approved for only 2 years.
A reverse shoulder replacement places a ball in the typical socket position and a socket in the typical ball position. This allows the deltoid to regain its mechanical advantage.
The surgery is not for everyone, but for those who are candidates, it can make a huge difference only days after the procedure.
Show me raising your arm up as high as you can for me at this stage. Fantastic.
Dr. Grove says Frank and others who have had the procedure can again
change their clothes, lift a book to their shoulder height, grab a dish out of the cupboard, and it just opens a whole mirror of opportunities for them.
And this is the result in only 12 weeks. Imagine 12 months after additional healing and physical therapy. In Asheville, Jay Siltzer, News 13.
By the way, Mission is one of 6 medical sites worldwide participating in a study that evaluates how the shoulder replacements perform over time.
Women who take daily antioxidant vitamins may have an increased risk for skin cancer. Researchers found those who took a supplement every day for more than 7 years had a 68% greater chance of skin cancer. The odds of melanoma were 4 times greater for women who used the vitamins. Antioxidants didn't impact skin cancer risk in men. Researchers think that may be because female hormones change the way nutrients are processed in the body.
Americans are popping pain pills at a lightning pace. According to the Drug Enforcement Administration, more than 200,000 pounds of painkillers were purchased in 2005. Now, that's up 90% from 1997. There are several factors involved in the increase, including an aging population, marketing campaigns by drug makers, and a major change in the way doctors advise patients to manage their pain.
Now, wait until you hear this. Just because the label of your snack food reads 0 grams trans fat may not mean that there is no artery clogging fat inside. Federal regulations allow food labels to say there's 0 grams of trans fat as long as there's less than ½ a gram per serving. Often people eat a lot more than a serving, and those small amounts of trans fat can add up. To find out if there might be some trans fats in the product, check the list of ingredients to see if partially hydrogenated oil, the primary source of trans fat, is included.
Sometimes going to the grocery store takes so long if you look at all those labels.
You have to read it, though, because I never thought about that.
Well, this food that we're about to talk about now probably doesn't have any trans fats. Not.
But they can get your day off to a great start. We'll tell you which of these breakfast on a stick options to comb the blue ribbon.
The drought and hot weather is taking its toll on some trees. I'm Terry Foster in Buncombe County with that story coming up at 5:30.
Things I Love by Rick Luther. I love music. Love being a member of Social Function and playing in Asheville. Love those guys. They're like a family. But I love saving money at TCCU. Totally. I love the rate we get from our TCCU certificate. It's super good, and I'm really not sure why we didn't put our money in there a long time ago. I love TCCU. I knew you were going to make me say that. I practiced.
It's finally here, the Dodge Model Year-End Clearance, with no interest for 6 years on Dodge Durango, Dakota, And Grand Caravan with stow-and-go seating and storage. Now, for the first time ever on 2007 Durango, Dakota, and Grand Caravan, well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 72 months. That's no interest for 6 full years. Add that to the best warranty in the business, our exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty. And that's an offer no one else matches. Hurry, the Dodge model year-end clearance ends soon.
Hollybrook Farm, nestled in the rolling hills of Mills River, allows families to come home to a simpler time and place. This charming community offers gracious farmhouse-style homes with deep porches that invite you to sit a spell. A 7-acre lake serves as the focal point of the neighborhood. Other features include 23 acres of green space, playing fields, walking and biking trails, and a community clubhouse and pool with an open-air pavilion. Hollybrook Farm is conveniently located between Ashville and Hendersonville. Come home to Hollybrook Farm.
You don't plan it, but one day, your uncontrolled movements take you somewhere. And now all you want is to go everywhere. So instead of being swaddled, you need help to cruise. That's why there's Pamper Stages. From swaddlers to cruisers to easy ups to feel and learn. We plan for all your changing needs for the right help when you need it. Pamper Stages, inspired by babies.
We know that one of the main attractions at the fair is always the food.
Always.
You can get just about anything fried or on a stick, even a whole meal.
That was the focus of the Breakfast on a Stick competition at the Illinois State Fair this weekend. 11 contestants from across the state created original recipes ranging from deviled eggs on a stick to breakfast kebabs. They're dishes you wouldn't normally think of at breakfast time, and organizers say that's the reason why they're holding this contest.
This is to help people focus on, some different ways to eat breakfast, because breakfast is so important, and also to help promote people that eggs are good for us, and then also they help provide so you're not as hungry as long.
2 first prizes were awarded. One went to the sensational Sunrise Dippers. That's sausage, egg, and cheese wrapped in a biscuit on a stick, of course. Okay. The other went to bacon-wrapped buttermilk crepes on a stick.
Nice. But I don't think I'm going to be able to fix any of those.
I don't think, but it does look easy to eat, doesn't it?
It's easy. I think it's easy, except when it comes to prepreparation.
Yeah.
That's what I feel.
Yeah. Get Big Johnny. I'm sure he'll be happy to get in the kitchen and cook that up for you.
My husband's cooking. Okay.
Thanks for joining us.
Stay with us. News 13 continues at 5:30.
Tonight, they're speaking out for the very first time, reliving the horror of a killer on campus, caught in the crossfire themselves. Bob Woodruff reports from Virginia Tech, Voices of Tragedy, tonight on World News with Charles Gibson.
News 13 on My 40, the dedicated coverage you count on. Now on a new channel. For the news that fits your busy schedule, turn to News 13 on My 40. Weeknights at 6:30. Visit WLOS.com for complete cable listings.
Check it out. I'm stylish. I'm fun. I'm Ashley.
Right now at Ashley Furniture Home Store, celebrate Labor Day with our fall preview fashions. Summer's gone, but the heat is on with the hottest styles and savings that sizzle.
I like saving money. I'm Ashley.
It's all offered with no interest financing till 2011. Fall back into fashion and savings. It's going on now at Ashley Furniture Home Store.
You're gonna love this place. Check it out, so fine.
It's the Chevy Model Year-End event. Just click and go to Chevy.com and find great offers on 07 cars, trucks, and SUVs. But you've got to decide. Then get to your dealer before yours is gone. Get $2,000 cash back on all 2007 Chevy Tahoe models. And get an additional $1,000 on select Tahoe vehicles in inventory since January 10th, 2007 for up to $3,000 total cash back. Click on Chevy.com. Then see your Carolina Chevy dealer today.
Thinking about your nasal allergy symptoms? Only Nasonex is clinically proven to treat and help prevent most seasonal nasal allergy symptoms. And Nasonex is prescribed by allergists more than any other nasal allergy spray. And it was used by more than 6 million people last year. What is the nasal spray you should ask your doctor about? Nasonex. Well, you already knew that.
Side effects were generally mild and included headache, viral infections, sore throat, nosebleeds, and coughing.
Ask your doctor if Nasonex is the one for you.
After days of speculation, Michael Vick agrees to a plea deal. Why the star quarterback could be spending this season behind bars.
Early color means some trees are showing signs of stress due to drought and hot weather. I'm Terry Foster in Buncombe County with that story coming up.
As the space shuttle Endeavour prepares to return to Earth, we may see a very special glimpse of it right here in North Carolina.
Now, from Western North Carolina's news leader, this is News 13 at 5:30.
Atlanta Falcons quarterback Michael Vick has agreed to a plea deal with prosecutors. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Pat Simon.
And I'm Tammy Watford. Our top story this afternoon, lawyers for Vick say the football star will plead guilty to federal dogfighting charges. The allegations have already cost him quite a bit of money and canceled product endorsements, but as ABC's Maya Kalicki reports, his plea deal could cost him his career.
This NFL season, instead of Michael Vick being behind the offensive line, he may be behind bars. In a written statement, a lawyer for the Atlanta Falcons quarterback said, Mr. Vick has agreed to enter a plea of guilty to the charges and accept full responsibility for his actions and the mistakes he has made. According to the indictment, Vick ran a dogfighting operation out of a home he owns in which his cousin lives. Prosecutors say that dogs were shot, hanged, or drowned if they lost a fight. Allegedly, Vick was consulted before one dog was electrocuted. Vick is the last defendant in the felony case to plead guilty. Two of his co-defendants accepted pleas on Friday and agreed to testify against Vick at trial. Another defendant pleaded guilty in July. Vick's future with the NFL is unclear. He has much of his 10-year, $130 million contract at stake. But his case has sparked public outrage. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell says he won't make a decision about possible penalties until the league completes its own investigation. So far, Vick has only been banned from attending Falcons training camp. Vick is scheduled to appear in court on August 27th. It's not clear yet what sentence prosecutors will recommend. This is a felony, and prison time of over a year is possible. In Washington, Maya Kalicki, ABC News.
And News 13 wants to know what you think. Are you surprised Michael Vick agreed to a plea deal? Log on to our website at WLOS.com and vote in today's web poll.
Are some companies in the mountains operating illegally in a floodplain, creating potentially hazardous problems? That's the claim one environmental group says is happening here at Idaho Auto Recycling in the Ashville River District. RiverLink claims the city of Asheville is violating a 2000 state law that prohibits salvage yards from being located on the 100-year floodplain. The owner of Idaho says he's following every rule required by the city and runs a legitimate business.
These cars are stacked up here and daily. They come in and pick them up in the truck, haul them out of here. And they don't stay in this building long. And I don't have enough pollution in here that hurt anybody.
Coming up on News 13 at 6, why does the city appear to be in violation of state law on this matter? And what's being done about it?
Well, it's only August, but already it's starting to look a little bit like fall outside. The extreme drought, along with the heat and last spring's April freeze, are causing some of the trees to already show their fall color. News 13's Terry Foster is live in Buncombe County. And Terry, should you be concerned if your trees are already turning colors?
Well, maybe, Tammy. It depends on the tree. Now, we usually start to see fall color in October, and those under stress might show some color in September, but it is unusual to see color like this in August.
We're a little bit concerned about it.
Louise Cook sees the effects of the weather in her yard. Some trees already acting like it's fall.
That apple tree down there doesn't look real healthy.
One already prepared for winter. Cook wonders if it's dead.
So I took my fingernail and tried to just do like this.
The elements are hardest on new trees. She planted this dogwood in early spring. Director of Horticulture at the North Carolina Arboretum, Allison Arnold, says it's been a difficult season.
It's just an indication that the plants are undergoing some sort of stress. This summer, it's probably complicated by the spring freeze and the heat and the dry that we're experiencing right now.
If you have a tree in trouble, Arnold says you may not know if it made it until next spring. Of course, in the meantime, she says the best thing you can do is take good care of it.
And try and give it a slow soaking watering once a week. You want to make sure that the water gets down deep into the root system. Mulching it, doing anything that you can do to prevent any continued stress to it.
Cook says daily watering didn't keep her dogwood from beginning to lose its leaves the first week of August. She worries about her apple and plum trees, too.
It bothers me, and I'm not sure if we'll know the results of that freeze before next spring.
But she's hopeful they'll make it.
We can hope. Yes, we can.
Now, early color can be a result of other factors, construction, insects, or disease. Now, Arnold says with hurricane season coming, what we really need are some good soaking rains. Reporting live, Terry Foster, News 13.
Terry, thanks. Macon County will soon have its very own animal shelter. The Board of Commissioners unanimously approved $350,000 toward building a new shelter in the county. The building will sit on 2 acres of property the county has already acquired and will be located near water and sewer services, but county officials are not disclosing the exact site.
A woman in Alaska is calling for change after she says her 15-year-old daughter boarded a plane to North Carolina without parental consent. Elsie Pringle wants the TSA and Alaska Airlines to reconsider its policies after her daughter left last Wednesday to meet a boyfriend that she had met on the internet. The girl paid cash for a one-way ticket at the airport, boarded a plane without identification, and made it all the way to Seattle before authorities caught up with her at her mother's request.
2 charges are dropped against Lieutenant Colonel Stephen Jordan. He's the only officer among the 12 defendants charged in the 2003 Abu Ghraib prison scandal. The judge in the case threw out charges dealing with whether Jordan lied to a superior officer after it was learned Jordan was not read his rights before an interview with his superior. He still faces 4 other charges.
Relatives of 6 coal miners missing in Utah are bitter tonight after mine owners say they've pretty much given up on their loved ones. Though drilling continues, manned rescue efforts are now considered too dangerous. Yesterday, officials said for the first time publicly that the men may well be past hope.
Yeah, they probably got a hold.
It's likely that these miners may not be found.
They failed us.
But the company attorney says there's been no decision yet to call off the search. Families of the miners are hoping for a miracle. In 2002, a rescue capsule was used to lift 9 trapped miners from a flooded mine in Pennsylvania. But those miners were only about 230 feet below the surface. The Utah miners are about 1,500 feet underground.
Oil traders around the world are keeping an eye on the path of Hurricane Dean. That's because Dean is the first hurricane of the season to blow through the vital oil-producing Gulf region, which produces about 1/3 of the country's overall domestic oil. 2 years ago, when Hurricane Katrina plowed through the area, destroying platforms and shutting down refining facilities, oil and gas prices spiked considerably.
The crew of the Space Shuttle Endeavour is heading home from their hurricane-shortened mission. After checking out laser scans of Endeavour's wings and nose, NASA cleared the shuttle for tomorrow's scheduled landing at Kennedy Space Center. Hurricane Dean cut the mission short, but Mission Control says the storm no longer poses the threat that it did 2 days ago. And if the skies are clear, you should be able to see both the Space Shuttle Endeavour and the International Space Station tonight over the skies of North Carolina. Starting around 9:29 p.m., look to the north or northwest for about 1 to 2 minutes. You should see the space station traveling northeast or east. The space shuttle should follow about a minute later.
Love watching that stuff,
Yeah,
you know, when it's
look
going
up
through
there
the
and see
sky.
that.
And I wonder if there'll be kind of a sonic boom. Who knows?
Oh, I don't know. Get on the parkway. That's probably the best way to see it, you know, because it's kind of darker around there.
Good idea.
Good idea. Well, you worry about their grades, their friends, and their futures, but do you know what really makes your teens happy?
Coming up, we're going to give you the #1 answer, according to a new survey, and it may not be exactly what you might think.
Temperatures heating up a little more again today. We're not near the record so much as those are climbing, but we still got up to 91 degrees, full 10 degrees above our seasonal average for this time of year. The record's 97. Tomorrow, the record is our all-time hottest ever at the airport of 100 degrees. The upstate was nearly there today at 98. No rain, but will we finally get any this week? Find out in your Active Weather forecast coming up.
And here's what you'll be watching tonight on ABC 13.
You're watching News 13 at 5:30.
Prices are melting down during Carolina Furniture Concepts Summer Closeout Sale. Meltdown discounts of up to 70% off bedrooms, dining rooms, living rooms, and recliners. Bring your truck for immediate delivery and take advantage of meltdown prices like never before. Hurry while selections last. Save more with 12 months, no interest, no payments financing during the Summer Closeout Sale at both locations of Carolina Furniture Concepts. Your leader in savings. Sale ends soon.
Give it to me, 1, 2, 3.
Introducing Applebee's new Ultimate Trios. Great taste, great big portions, and a great price. Choose 3 from 7 delicious options to create your ultimate flavor fest. Like our famous boneless chicken wings and classic buffalo sauce. Our new 100% Angus beef mini bacon cheeseburgers. And the new Tuscan cheese spread with toasted ciabatta bread. Ultimate Trios, ultimate platter at an unbeatable price. Only at Applebee's.
Give it to me, 1, 2, 3.
It's Ford's model year clearance, and it's the best time to buy. With 0% financing on every Ford car, including Ford Fusion with outstanding performance, handling, and styling. Focus with up to 37 miles per gallon. And Mustang, the highest-ranked midsize sporty car in initial quality by J.D. Power & Associates. Now get 0% financing or $1,500 customer cash on 2007 Ford Fusion. Visit your Carolina Ford dealer today.
Who says you can't get the treatment race car drivers get? You can when you come in for your own personal pit stop at your Ford or Lincoln Mercury dealership. Get expertise, genuine parts, fast attention, and special offers. Get the Works Fuel Saver Package, oil change, tire rotation, and more, just $36.95. Put the pedal to the metal. Pit stop savings days end soon. Roger that. Race on into your participating Carolina Ford or Lincoln Mercury dealer.
Weather is brought to you by Lexus of Greenville. Now, your AccuWeather forecast from News 13.
Well, today was a hot one again. Temperatures really shot up there. Most of us in the 90s and a lot of us well into the 90s, especially in the upstate and the foothills with not a drop of rain to be seen anywhere. Here's a live look at Lester Cropper's Hill Sky Cam. We have a typical summertime scene here. A lot of haze in the upper levels, partly cloudy skies with some fair weather cumulus clouds. And in some cases, it looks like it may rain, but I'm not picking up anything on AccuWeather Neighborhood Doppler anywhere around us. So the hope is kind of dwindled today. However, that could change here in the near future. The nearest thunderstorms are way up there in Virginia, or you go to the south in the southern part of Alabama and Mississippi. 12 hours ago this morning, we started off pretty good early in the morning. Temperatures were down in the 60s for the most part. In the afternoon, hardly anything to show you. Just a few clouds here and there, and that's just about it. Not even any rain from any tropical moisture, which something we could use. However, those last 2 systems are going to be avoiding us. 12 hours ago here, all the way across western North Carolina and the upstate, we don't have any rain to be seen. The wider view really is dry as a bone, and we will continue to be that way in the short term with very little possibility of any rain here this week at all. 62 is our dew point. This is encouraging because they're not too bad for dew points. They can tend to get up in the 70s this time of the year, which really makes it feel quite humid. They're only in the 60s and 50s in most cases around. Temperatures at 89 degrees. We drop a little bit from our high now. 97 out in Rutherford, 95 in Morganton. Rock Hill's hot at 98. 91 back in Franklin. Andrews is 1 degree warmer. A little close up, we have a few 80s around. Waynesville and Silva. Sapphire beats them by 1 degree, a little cooler. Hayesville's down to 93 degrees now. 86, though, up in Mars Hill. 91 in Woodfin. A couple of the hot spots, Forest City and Columbus at 95. Throughout the upstate, it's hot all around. It is everybody is anywhere between 94 and 98 degrees. Just pick a spot. Walhalla 96, Spartanburg the same, Greenville is at 94. Right now we have 89 at the airport, 62 for a dew point, so that equates to 40% humidity. We have partly cloudy skies. The winds are 12 miles an hour now, the south-southwest with a falling pressure. In the upstate, 97, 30% humidity, and dew points also in the 60s. Virginia Romine from Woodlawn had a high of 93. She's back down to 85, 63 for a low with mostly cloudy skies. Here's our high pressure that's dominating. To the north, that's where all the rain is. A stalled out frontal boundary there producing a lot of rain. And for Indianapolis all the way over to Columbus, Ohio, and they may even have some flooding concerns while we stay quite dry. Thunderstorms out over the Central Plains. None of this is going to reach us just yet. That storm track staying well to the north. Here's our next storm, the big one. We've been watching it for some time. Dean is still a Category 4 hurricane, and it's barreling toward the Yucatan Peninsula. May intensify to a Category 5 before it makes landfall here very soon. If you're tracking along, it's only 270 miles east of Mexico, just north of Belize, and has 150-mile-an-hour winds, 185-mile-an-hour gusts moving west at 20. If it continues on that track, go over the Yucatan, weaken, then re-strengthen, then make it into Mexico by Wednesday. So we'll watch it closely. Overnight tonight down to 64 degrees, some morning fog under partly cloudy skies. The upstate about 73. Tomorrow, hot as today, 91 degrees. There may be a storm or two, but not that likely. The upstate staying hot at the 98 with a west wind. Yakky with the 3-day forecast. We will continue to be in the low 90s through the mid part of the week. A little bit better chance of rain for an isolated shower or storm on Wednesday and Thursday, but again, no great hope of any widespread moisture.
I got some rain yesterday. A downpour for about 5 minutes.
That wasn't long enough, was it? It made it more humid, didn't it?
One of the few that got rain out there, huh, folks?
Thanks, Mike. Well, the hotel heiress known as the Queen of Mean has died at the age of 87, and that's first in the buzz. Her publicist says Leona Helmsley died of heart failure at her summer home in Connecticut. Helmsley was known for running her empire of luxurious Manhattan hotels with an iron fist and served 21 months in prison on charges of tax evasion. Earlier this year, Forbes magazine ranked her as the 369th richest person in the world with an estimated net worth of $2.5 billion, and you're still that low on the totem pole.
Wow. Doctors at an Italian hospital are keeping Luciano Pavarotti for a few more days so they can run some more tests on the tenor's pancreatic cancer. The 71-year-old was admitted earlier this month with a high fever, which he has since passed. Now, the opera star has surgery for his cancer. Last July, he had it in New York.
11 extras were injured when they fell out of a moving truck on the Berlin set of Tom Cruise's new Nazi-era movie. The studio says the truck was traveling less than 10 miles per hour when the wooded slats gave way, sending them off the side. Cruise wasn't present at the time of that accident.
Another subpoena has been served in the custody battle between pop singer Britney Spears and ex-husband Kevin Federline. People magazine now reports that the Promises Treatment Center was served papers over the weekend. That's the rehabilitation facility that Spears checked into for a month this past spring.
If you're wondering what makes your teenagers happy, the top answer apparently is family.
Wow.
That's according to an extensive survey by the Associated Press and MTV. Second on the list for people between the ages of 13 and 24 is spending time with friends, followed by time with a significant other.
All three of them on the phone.
Yeah, exactly.
As well.
Exactly.
Okay.
And if you own an iPhone, you may want to check your battery.
Coming up in our business report, why Apple's newest technology may be causing even more troubles for the company.
A former McDowell County deputy is sentenced for his role in a fatal accident that claimed the life of a 2-year-old girl. We'll have the latest coming up on News 13 at 6.
And here are the results of Friday's web poll.
The Buzz, sponsored by Arby's.
Hi, Bob Taylor here with today's national average mortgage rates. All of us at Home Trust want to thank you for voting us Best Bank. And we'd like to say thanks by offering Saturday banking. It's just another reason there's no place like home.
Batteries Plus is your one-stop source for anything that needs a battery. Cars and trucks, PDAs, cell phones, children's toys, and every other battery-powered gadget imaginable. No one knows more about making sure your camera and camcorder batteries are in picture-perfect condition. If it needs a battery, all you need is Batteries Plus, America's battery experts.
524 Hendersonville Road in Asheville.
Is it enough, Dad?
Yep, that's $1.99.
Bonus pizza night.
A little change can change any night with Pizza Hut. $1.99 buys a medium one-topping pizza when you buy any large specialty pizza at menu price.
More Pizza Hut.
Get more for your buck. Get America's favorite pizza. Pizza Hut, now online.
Your exclusive AccuWeather forecast 24 hours a day from News 13 and the Weatherline Forecast Service.
The first sport utility vehicle.
The first full-time four-wheel drive. And now, Jeep introduces the industry's first lifetime powertrain warranty. It's the best warranty in the business, and no other car company matches it. So come and check out our largest lineup of Jeep vehicles ever with our exclusive lifetime warranty. Now, well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 72 months on Jeep Commander.
Lenny.
Hey, Roger.
We have to let you go.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, thank you. Hi there. Thanks. Excuse me. The KFC next door now has teriyaki boneless wings. Teriyaki like you'd find here, only there in a combo for $3.99.
Introducing new teriyaki boneless wings at KFC. Restaurant flavor at a fast food value. 6 delicious boneless wings smothered in tangy teriyaki with wedges and a drink for just $3.99. Only at KFC. And don't forget about our honey barbecue boneless wing.
The Evening Business Report is brought to you by Perlman's Carpet One.
After last week's roller coaster ride, the stocks kick off a new week with gains.
The Dow was up 42.25 points, closing the day at 13,121. The NASDAQ was up 4 points, finishing up at 2,508. A federal appeals court says it needs more time to consider whether to block grocery chain Whole Foods Market from buying rival Wild Oats Market.
The FTC is hoping to block the deal on antitrust grounds. Now, last week, the FTC asked the court to stay a federal judge's decision that allowed the transaction to proceed, but the panel wants to know why. The FTC has until Wednesday to explain why it appealed the decision. Whole Foods will have until Thursday to respond. Mortgage lender Countrywide Financial has begun laying off staff as it gets harder to make riskier loans.
That's according to the Wall Street Journal's online edition, which cites an internal email. The job cuts happen in the unit that handles Alt-A loans. Those are rated between prime and subprime. Borrowers don't have to provide documentation of income to get them. No word yet as to how many jobs the company will cut. More trouble for Apple may take a bite out of sales of its new technology, the iPhone.
Attorneys filed a lawsuit last week claiming Apple and AT&T didn't tell early buyers what it would cost to maintain a working battery for the life of the phone. It says neither the box containing the iPhone nor the written information in it explain the costs and procedures to change the iPhone battery. But Apple says the information is available on its website. In Illinois, a federal judge has ordered DirecTV Group to stop running ads that claim consumers and home theater installers prefer the quality of satellite's high-definition TV over cable. Cable giant Comcast had asked the court for a preliminary injunction. DirecTV Group is the nation's largest satellite TV provider. Well, if there was a volunteer hall of fame, then she would be among the charter inductees.
Margaret Ann Bishop of Ashville is this week's gift hero.
I feel like that when I'm here, I see a lot of sadness, plus a lot of joy, and I just feel like that I'm needed here.
Well, you are, Margaret. The 86-year-old has volunteered at mission hospitals for 35 years, donating more than 39,000 hours. That's the equivalent of 20 years at a full-time job.
Wow, Margaret Ann answers the phone, often sorts the mail, and on this day tries to track down the person who left a cell phone in the lobby. It's all in a day's work for a dedicated woman who shows up 7 days a week.
I've had lots of people that have come back in here who've been here years ago as patients maybe, and they say, well, I see that you're still here after all these years.
And no plans to slow down or retire?
As long as my health holds up, I will be here.
Maybe even 8 days a week. Margaret Ann says she's began volunteering after her son left home for college in the early 1970s. And she says her friends and colleagues are like family and helped fill a void after her husband died.
How sweet is that? Well, if you know a gift hero in your community, why don't you write to us? 110 Technology Drive, Asheville, North Carolina, 28803. Or you can log on to WLOS.com and send us an email, will you?
Hey, surf's up, dude.
Who says that? Coming up next, we're headed to San Diego to see how some four-legged friends are hanging 10 for a good cause.
I'm Victoria Dunkel. And I'm Julie Wonder. You can count on us for the day's top stories when you join us tomorrow for News 13 at noon.
And in the Carolina kitchen, boisterous Bavarian traditions come through with a pork and sauerkraut recipe.
So make your plans to join us tomorrow for News 13 at noon.
Asheville Chevrolet, your only local hometown Chevrolet dealer.
I invite you to see why we have the best truck prices and the best truck service anywhere. 205 Smoky Park Highway, Asheville. I guarantee it.
You don't plan it, but one day, your uncontrolled movements take you somewhere. And now all you want is to go everywhere. So instead of being swaddled, you need help to cruise. That's why there's Pamper Stages. From swaddlers to cruisers to easy ups to feel and learn. We plan for all your changing needs for the right help when you need it. Pamper Stages, inspired by babies.
The Habitat for Humanity Home Store. Old stuff, new lives.
Why does Tums control acid faster than Pepsid AC? Because they work on your stomach acid in totally different ways. Tums Calcium naturally, rapidly neutralizes acid, so it works fast. Pepsid AC's famotidine has to travel through your bloodstream, so it takes at least 40 minutes to block natural acid production. So why does Tums work on acid faster and cost less, and Pepsid AC works slower and cost more? Good question. Fast relief is our specialty.
It's finally here, the Chrysler Model Year-End Clearance, with no interest for 6 years on Chrysler Aspen and Town & Country, with more miles per gallon and more style per gallon. Now, for the first time ever on 2007 Chrysler Aspen and Town & Country, well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 72 months. That's no interest for 6 full years. Add that to the best warranty in the business, our exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty, and that's an offer no one else matches. Hurry, the Chrysler Model Year-End Clearance ends soon.
A Smooth Skin, Asheville's premier medical day spa, offers a variety of anti-aging treatments. Botox, Juvederm, Restylane, laser hair removal, laser peel, acne treatments, and lipodissolve. Call now, 277-7838.
The Pooches were hanging paw at the second annual Surf Dog Small Wave Competition in San Diego, California over the weekend.
Who thought of that? The fundraising event at Imperial Beach featured dogs great and small. Just kind of chilling out there. Okay, he didn't like too much. They tried to stay on top of that surfboard and ride a wave, decked out in a wetsuit just for the occasion. There's Bandit, a Boston Terrier nationally known for riding on the back of a motorcycle with his owner. Well, he tried out surfing for the first time at the competition.
Hang on, let's see if he surfs here.
Is he around here? Where are you, Ben?
But after mastering his very own Harley and now a surfboard, what's next for Bandit, the surfing biker dog?
You know, I don't know. I was thinking skydiving. Tandem skydiving.
That would be a rush. No. Yeah, money raised from the Surf Dog competition goes to Paws for Coronado and other animal charities.
Bandit's probably thinking, get me out of here. These glasses just don't work for me.
Get us out of here. News 13 continues.
It's Armed Forces Week.
Get ready to report for duty. Wheels saluting the military's best. So hop on board. We're spinning through historic San Diego. Next wheel.
Tonight at 7 on ABC 13.
This fall, My Network TV gives moms and dads the chance to play matchmaker and put potential dates to the test.
You ever had a polygraph test before?
I'm screwed again. You're out of here, buddy.
Meet My Folks.
Coming this September, only on My 40.
Hey, Mr. Opportunity again. And if you wish you were driving that beautiful Accord, well, now's the time to make it happen, because it's the Honda clearance. So it's your chance to choose the Accord sedan of your dreams for a deal that's absolutely dreamy.
Hey, way to go, Mr. O.
Looks like another satisfied customer. The 2007 Honda clearance. Now you can lease a Honda Accord for $199 a month for well-qualified customers. I'm Mr. Opportunity. I'm back. And I'm knocking.
Shop our Labor Day sale with no down payment, no interest until 2011, and no minimum purchase. Have it all. Haverty's.
You know, we are so lucky to live in Western North Carolina. Every day we are surrounded by spectacular scenery. We at Perlman's Carpet live and work here too, and believe it's the right thing to do to try to minimize our impact on the environment. That's why we offer green-sensitive products that are environmentally friendly in their manufacture, use, and disposal. If you'd like to learn more about environmentally friendly products for your home or office, come see us at Perlman's Carpets.
Would like to have seen something a little bit stiffer, penalty-wise, but you know, I'm okay with it.
A family reacts to the sentencing of a former McDowell County Sheriff's deputy involved in a deadly accident.
An environmental group says this business is operating illegally. So why did the city of Asheville allow it to locate there? I'm Pat Simon. I'll have the story coming up.
And it's an early leaf season, but it has nothing to do with fall colors. The drought is taking a toll on trees here in the mountains.
Now, from Western North Carolina's news leader, this is News 13 at 6.
He took my 7-year-old's best friend, and that's unexcusable.
The parents of a 2-year-old killed in an accident involving a deputy react as the officer pleads guilty in court. Good evening, everyone. I'm Larry Blunt.
And I'm Darcel Grimes. It's been 6 months since the accident in McDowell County that claimed the life of little Kennedy Fry. Tonight, family members say they're finally a little closer to closure. News 13's Jeremy Butterfield was there today and joins us live from the Rutherford News Center. Jeremy, emotion was high in that courtroom today.
That's right. Not only because Watson was sentenced, but also because this was the first time that the Fry family and Deputy Watson had ever spoken to each other face to face.
This is a start for closure. I wouldn't say it's closure, but it is a start.
It's been more than 6 months since David Fry and his wife Kimberly lost their 2-year-old daughter Kennedy Fry in an accident on Interstate 40. And this, as the deputy investigators say, was responsible. Brendan Watson has since resigned from the McDowell County Sheriff's Office after being charged with reckless driving and death by motor vehicle. No cameras were allowed in the courtroom today as Watson pled no contest to both charges.
By entering the no contest plea, you're not admitting guilt, nor are you admitting not guilty. You know, it's just the easy way out.
Before handing down a sentence, the judge allowed David Fry and his wife to address Watson. Both gave emotional accounts of the hurt they feel having lost their young daughter.
It was tough, but it feels nice to have gotten it off my chest and to have been heard.
Watson then stood and apologized to the family, saying he knew that what he did was wrong.
It'll take a long time for me to be able, if ever, for me to be able to accept his apology and find forgiveness.
Because Watson did not have a criminal history, the judge placed him on probation and ordered him to serve 100 hours of community service, 25 of which must be spent educating others about the dangers of speeding and inattention on the road.
I do like the fact that he's going to have to do some speaking engagements about speeding to various different organizations.
I may not have got what I wanted today in court, but he has to stand judgment for it, and that's when he'll pay the ultimate price.
And Watson could not be reached for a comment after court let out. I did speak with the sheriff's office and the district attorney's office after the court let out, both of which expressed their deepest sympathy for the Fry family. And although they believe that today's outcome was just, they know that there is nothing that could ever happen that will take that hurt away from the Fry family. Live from the Rutherford News Center, I'm Jeremy Butterfield, News 13.
A man facing hit-and-run charges in McDowell County makes his first court appearance today. Jose Ambrosio is charged with felony death by vehicle, felony hit-and-run, and provisional DWI. Troopers say he hit Lorenzo Hernandez Saturday night on Parker Paget Road. Hernandez had stopped there to check on his livestock. Ambrosio remains in jail under a $66,000 bond. He's due back in court September 10th.
Police say a robber already wanted in 2 robberies apparently hit a 3rd store the same night. These surveillance pictures are from a robbery at the hot spot on Old Asheville Highway in Canton on Sunday, August 12th. As we reported last Friday, investigators say the same man robbed the Mr. Pete's store in Fletcher. Now they say he also robbed the Phillips 66 on Highway 221 in Rutherford County. If you can help identify the suspect, call your local police. A search is underway for 2 juvenile offenders who escaped from the Swannanoa Valley Youth Development Center. Officers at the center say the 2 teens climbed over 2 fences at the facility around noon. News 13 has a crew in Swannanoa, and tonight at 11 we'll hear from people who live near the center who say they saw the escape unfold.
2 Ghost Town employees and 4 visitors are involved in an accident in Maggie Valley today. An off-duty employee was driving down Rich Cove Road after leaving Ghost Town when he crossed the center line and hit a van. That van, driven by a Ghost Town worker, was carrying 4 visitors on their way up the mountain. No one was hurt, but the 2 vehicles had to be towed from the scene. Another van, by the way, took those guests on to Ghost Town. Well, a traffic accident in Canada this morning sent 1 woman to the hospital. It happened around 7:45 on Hooker's Gap Road. Troopers say 28-year-old Leticia Parham was traveling too fast around a curve, lost control and went down an embankment. Parham was airlifted to Mission Hospitals. She's in critical condition tonight. Troopers say 3 children inside the car were not hurt.
The Reverend Billy Graham remains in fair condition at Mission Hospitals. Officials say the 88-year-old evangelist suffered another episode of intestinal bleeding this morning, but he stayed alert the whole time. Nurses say he had a good night last night and was able to eat and walk around this morning. Reverend Graham will stay in the hospital for observation while doctors perform tests to find the source of the bleeding and to determine a course for his ongoing care.
A mountain environmental group claims an Ashville salvage yard is operating in a floodplain illegally and that it's threatening the health and safety of residents. Now, that business being targeted is Edico Auto Recyclers. It's off of Lyman Street, right near the French Broad River. News 13's Pat Simon joins us now with more. This is not the first time, Pat, that these 2 have dealt with one another, right?
You're right, Larry. Not even the first. In fact, they've worked together for a common good as recently as late last year.
Bring them in here, crush the cars, and get rid of them.
Mickey Allen says his business is good for the community.
It's the best mode of eliminating the trash that's out in the community and anything we can do.
Allen relocated his auto recycling business from this site on Amboy Road that was sold to the group Riverlink to a new location in the River District.
We took it and have made it into a workable business, and I think it's something that's a plus for the community.
But now the same group that bought the land Edico once stood on now claims the company is illegally operating on the 100-year floodplain. Riverlink sent this letter to the Asheville City Council asking it to enforce state law, which prohibits salvage yards on floodplains. It says any further delay could allow others to set up shop and puts the entire community at risk. Like this scene along the French Broad River after the 2004 floods, which caused environmental concerns.
Well, we think because it is an important public health and safety and environmental issue that Edico should be relocated from the current floodplain.
The group wants Edico to move.
Because of the contaminants that are associated with operations like junkyards.
We drain the fluids out of the cars here. The gasoline is drained out of it. Batteries are taken out of them and things like that.
Also because of the danger, if there is a flood, of those materials being swept downstream, endangering human health and also property.
I've done everything to make it a secure and a safe business, and I don't know what else I can do.
While Riverlink says it's fighting to protect the public, Mickey Allen says he's fighting to keep businesses like his open.
They want nothing on this river. They don't care whether there's a business down here or not.
Asheville City Attorney Kurt Euler tells me that the city cannot currently enforce the state law prohibiting salvage yards in floodplains because the law is now being challenged in Buncombe County Court by Asheville Metal Company. That company, incidentally, is located right next to Edico Auto Recyclers. Euler says this whole matter may not be resolved for a year or more. Now, coming up on News 13 at 6:30 on My 40, how changes in Asheville's zoning laws could have an impact on this entire issue. Darcel?
Thanks, Pat. The city of Asheville is working to fill in the missing links on some of its sidewalks. Crews are currently putting in new sidewalks along Livingston Street. The walkway will connect with the sidewalk already in place along South French Broad Avenue. Public Works officials say it will allow people in the area easier access to ball fields and the community center. The project should be finished in a couple of weeks.
Oh, this extreme heat that we've been having can really make the ride to and from school uncomfortable for many kids.
So many school bus drivers are taking extra precautions to keep kids cool and safe. We've got that story next.
Plus, one mountain school system is getting help from an unlikely source as it prepares to open its doors for students.
Temperatures again today running above 10 degrees above normal, and we're going to continue to have that here for the next several days. Here's your Broadmoor Tea Time forecast. Starting off in the morning about 64 with some fog possible, climbing all the way back into the 90s, a risk of an isolated storm. What about Dean? I'll give you the very latest on Major Hurricane Dean and your accurate weather forecast coming up.
You're watching News 13 at 6. Closed captioning sponsored by North Asheville Baptist Church.
I was born and raised in these mountains, and I know a few things about the area. And for real estate, Coldwell Banker Casey tops my list. I trust them. They connect buyers and sellers and publish the Western North Carolina Real Estate Buyer's Guide, which reaches over 100,000 potential buyers every week. At ColdwellBankerCasey.com, you can view all the listings from the entire regional MLS 24/7. Hey, when it comes to real estate in Western North Carolina, Coldwell Banker Casey is your perfect partner. Coldwell Banker Casey and Associates, welcome home.
It's the Chevy Model Year-End event, where you'll find the best offer ever on the all-new Silverado. 0% APR for 60 months on Silverado half-ton extended and crew cabs for well-qualified buyers. Just click and go to Chevy.com to find the Silverado you want. Then get to your Chevy dealer before it's gone. Get 0% financing for 60 months or choose $3,500 cash back on an 07 Silverado half-ton crew cab. Click on Chevy.com. Then see your Carolina Chevy dealer today.
The new school year begins with an assembly for teachers in Henderson County.
Today was their first day back. Students head back on the 27th. More than 1,500 Henderson County teachers and school staff gathered for a system-wide conference at Fletcher Academy. They say it's exciting to see each other before getting back to business.
We need our downtime just as the students do, but it's also very exciting to get back into the classroom, the smell of crayons, and just get everything organized. Teachers love that.
And the group heard from Dr. Crystal Kirkendall, who was an education advisor under President Carter.
With extreme heat, we're seeing school bus drivers are taking extra precautions to make sure that students stay safe. Just a third of the bus fleet used by Buncombe County and Asheville City Schools has air conditioning. Now, the principal of West Buncombe Elementary says bus drivers monitor children to make sure they don't get overheated. Students can also bring water bottles on board to stay hydrated on the trip home.
We try to make sure that the windows are down before they leave. Luckily, their ride times are short, and so they are home within 15 or 20 minutes for the most part.
Now, bus drivers also have a mandatory safety check they have to perform at the end of each run. They have to look at each row of seats to make sure that no one is left on board a hot bus.
Well, the heat, along with the drought and last spring's freeze, are taking a toll on trees, causing some early fall color. Most trees here in the mountains begin to turn for the fall in October. This year, the weather has stressed out or damaged some trees, especially younger or newly planted ones. Tree experts say we need some help from Mother Nature.
We're moving into hurricane season, and if we get some low tropical depressions that come in and give us some nice, gentle soaking rain, it could mean all the difference.
Arnold says we won't know if some trees survived until next spring, and with those impacted by the spring freeze, it could be 2 years before we see all the damage.
That's not just the trees, too, the yards. I've got these big dirt patches all over my yard.
Any rain, Mike?
Yeah, we need some relief.
I sure would like to. Last year we had a little bit of a drought there early in the year, but we made up a lot of that the end of July through September. This year, not quite working out that way, staying dry, but I'll let you know any chances of rain coming up. Here is your air quality index for tomorrow. The valleys and ridge tops, a little bit of ground level ozone buildup in the afternoon, so we're back in the moderate category. Accurate with a 7-day, just minutes away.
Woodview is a great place to shop. The first piece we purchased here was when we found out we were having a baby, and my father had given me a small dresser from his nursery when he was a child. And so we wanted to find something to match that. We came here and found a beautiful, simple dresser. My husband painted it white to match the other, and we took the handles off of the drawers for both pieces and colored them to match the nursery, and it just turned out beautiful. Oh, I wouldn't hesitate to recommend Woodview to my closest friends.
Cordially invited to the event from Lexus. The summer sales event where you'll find unexpected values on the Lexus you've always wanted. But like summer, it won't last forever. The event, now through September 4th. See Lexus of Greenville.
Check it out. I'm stylish. I'm fun. I'm Ashley.
Right now at Ashley Furniture Home Store, celebrate Labor Day with our fall preview fashions. Summer's gone, but the heat is on with the hottest styles and savings that sizzle.
I like saving money. I'm Ashley.
It's all offered with no interest financing till 2011. Fall back into fashion and savings. It's going on now at Ashley Furniture Home Store.
You're gonna love this place. Check it out, so fine.
Now, your AccuWeather forecast from News 13.
Well, I hope you had an enjoyable weekend. Certainly the temperatures were still running quite high. We had a little break. They were a couple of degrees lower, but barely noticeable. And now they're going back up again. Here's a live look outside at the moment with our Pisgah cam. We have a hazy day, a few clouds around, but no rain. Again, we are remaining dry. That deficit continues to build. And we do have a possibility of a few thunderstorms in the future, but just not a great hope of any widespread soaking rates. Certainly something we do need. 12 hours ago, we were starting off pretty dry. We had a few clouds about every once in a while, and that's about it. For miles, no rain, not even any thunderstorms in the state, South Carolina or North Carolina. Have to go up to Virginia or further to the south next to the coastline to get any thunder. 87 degrees, that's our current temperature, down from a high that topped out in the 90s. 97 degrees in Morganton, Rutherford to 93. Seems like those flip-flop. Franklin's at 90, and so is back in Andrews. Hickory is 95, along with Charlotte, a little hotter down toward Columbia, 98 degrees, 94 in Anderson. A little closer, we do have a few 80s starting to show up now from Waynesville down to Silva and the Sapphire. Otto's now 89 degrees, so is Robbinsville. Our friends up in Barnardsville, temperature 85 degrees, 92 for Marion, Columbus at 94. Throughout the upstate, many 90s around, anywhere between 93 and 97 degrees for the most part. It's 97 down in Greenwood, one of the warm spots. Spartanburg at 95, Greenville 1 degree cooler. For your almanac today, 91, that was our high. Even though that's a full 10 degrees away from our seasonal average for this time of the year, it didn't get there to the record, which is 6 degrees warmer. That was set back in 1983. Tomorrow's record is 100 degrees at the airport, and that's the hottest it's ever been there. 98 at Greer. For the rain, well, our deficit continues to grow over 11 inches now. The upstate over 12 inches, near 13-inch deficit. 87 is our current temperature, humidity at 42% with a dew point at 62, and the upstate 61 for a dew point, humidity at 33%. And the winds come up a little bit, about 14 miles an hour. Arthur Reynolds of Lake Toxaway says he has a hazy sky, not quite as hazy as it has been, though. 82. After he topped out at 86 and started this morning at 65 degrees. The storm track is well to the north. Again, that's too bad because we could use some of this rain. It is raining in buckets in many places up across Ohio, into Indiana, and even Illinois, although a lot of that's leaving. All of this will continue to train toward the east as high pressure blocks its movement in our direction. We will increase our odds, however, of isolated storms for the next couple of days, just in the afternoon due to the heating. That's just about it. No tropical moisture either. We have our major Hurricane Dean, and it continues to strengthen a little bit. Over the past 12 hours or so, seemed to hold its own and not strengthen due to it going through a secondary eye wall formation. It forms a secondary eye around the first one, absorbs that one, and then it becomes a new eye that tends to help strengthen the storm. And it may even become a Category 5 before it makes landfall there in the Yucatan. Here's the latest tracking along. 150-mile-an-hour winds, moving west at 20 miles an hour. That's pretty fast. So they move right over the Yucatan, get back into the Bay of Campeche, southern part of the Gulf of Mexico. It may re-intensify before it makes landfall in the Mexico. Not in our direction, though. Overnight tonight, down about 64 degrees under partly cloudy skies. A little morning fog. The upstate 73. And then tomorrow, we're back up to 91. Could be an isolated storm or two around. The upstate near 100 degrees, and it'll stay sunny. Your AccuWeather 7-day forecast, temperatures climb in the low 90s through the rest of the week. The best chance of rain, if you can call it that, is going to be on Sunday with scattered showers and storms.
Thank you, I think, Mike. An unlikely work crew is getting one McDowell County school ready for opening day.
Coming up in our Never Stop Learning report, see how these inmates are saving valuable time and money.
I'm too young to vote.
But if I could vote, I'll vote for a candidate who'll fix health care.
I would vote for the candidate who would protect Social Security.
And pensions. I will vote for the candidate who keeps promises. It seems simple to me, but I'm just a kid.
But someday, I'll be grown up.
And I'll vote for the candidate who has answers.
I'll vote for the candidate who'll get it done. Will you?
It's time for health care and financial security for all. Demand action and answers at dividedwefail.org.
The first NASCAR stock car to reach 200 miles per hour. The first minivan. And now, Dodge introduces the industry's first lifetime powertrain warranty. It's the best warranty in the business, and no other car company matches it. So come check out the best lineup of Dodge vehicles ever with our exclusive lifetime warranty. Now, well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 72 months on Durango, Dakota, and Grand Caravan.
Your exclusive AccuWeather forecast 24 hours a day from News 13 and the Weatherline Forecast Service.
If ever you're not satisfied with one of our tires, please feel free to bring it back. Thank you. Discount Tire Company.
Get into America's best-selling truck during Ford's model year clearance. Now get 0% financing plus $2,007 cash back on every Ford truck, including F-150, the most capable truck in its class. Super Duty, the leader in total quality. Ranger, with the best gas mileage of any truck in America. Get 0% plus $2,007 cash back on every Ford truck during Ford's model year clearance. Visit your Carolina Ford dealer.
Now pick any combination of 5 Arby's favorites for $5.95 every day. Like the Arby's Melt, curly fries, and a Jamocha shake. An everyday deal so great, it'll have you saying, I'm thinking Arby's.
These cops know just where to draw the line.
Get the wall!
Now do we have your attention? Law and Order, Criminal Intent. It'd be a crime to miss.
Coming this September, only on My 40.
Never Stop Learning. Sponsored by Perlman's Carpet One.
The first day of school for students in McDowell County is just 1 week away, so that means a lot of work for the teachers and maintenance staff.
Yeah, but as you'll see in today's Never Stop Learning report, some schools are getting a helping hand from what you might think is a very unlikely source.
They've moved upstairs is now.
Got all the furniture upstairs moved and in the rooms.
Good.
Oh, Principal Charles Gaffigan is going over his to-do list, and these guys coming up. Yep, inmates. They're getting it done. The inmates are with the Department of Corrections, and they're spending 3 days at Old Fort Elementary getting things ready. And this year, they've put in 4,500 hours, completing 120 projects within the McDowell County schools alone. Principals say it's great to have the manpower when it comes to moving large amounts of supplies or heavy equipment.
This allows us to move in a very quick fashion a lot of things. So when you have classroom moves, and teachers who leave and other people move into those classrooms, it makes it much easier for us.
School administrators say the inmates go through a strict screening process and never work at the schools when students are around. Last year, the inmate work crews saved the county an estimated $750,000. And by the way, the first day of class for students in McDowell County is next Monday, August 27th, and Old Fort Elementary will be ready.
A smart use of manpower. Stan's going to be right back with sports.
What does above and beyond taste like? Come to Golden Corral and find out. Grain-fed sirloin steaks hand-cut to a juicy 1-inch thickness, aged and marinated. The perfect steak every day on the dinner buffet, only at Golden Corral.
The fuse has been lit and the Firecracker 250 at Paramount Kia is underway. 250 new Kias must go now. The manufacturer has given us over $8 million of inventory with incredible incentives so you can get the lowest price ever on a new Kia. During this event, all new cars will be marked down as never before and still come standard with great gas mileage and the reliability of Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Save thousands over Honda and Toyota. I did, and so should you. Make the drive today to Paramount Kia in Asheville.
Guess what? He carried my book.
Did you see that play?
It was so funny. She's so embarrassed herself.
No, man.
She's so funny.
Bring your home to life with a Charter bundle. With Charter Cable TV, Charter High-Speed Internet, and Charter Telephone. Save when you get all 3 services. Just $99.97 a month. Call 1-877-SAVE-909. 1-877-SAVE-909.
I'm Mike Griffin with Griffin Waste Services. We specialize in convenient-sized waste containers. We're in our 3rd year of growth above 50%.
Needed us to look at being able to help them continue that.
Every request that I've made, Derek, he's made sure that he understood exactly what my needs were and has come back every time with exactly what I needed. Eric has really made it happen for me.
Build a fresh salad every day at Golden Corral's new Greenhouse Select Salad Bar. Dig into grilled sirloin with blue cheese or a zesty Caesar salad with tender shrimp. Or try Asian salad with grilled chicken. New Greenhouse Select Salads at Golden Corral.
The first wind tunnel testing. The first muscle car. And now Chrysler introduces the industry's first lifetime powertrain warranty. It's the best warranty in the business, and no other car company matches it. Chrysler, now offering our most innovative line of vehicles ever with our exclusive lifetime warranty. Now, well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 72 months on Chrysler Aspen and Town & Country.
Michael Vick is going to jail. Hello, everyone. I'm Stan Pamphilis, and today the Falcons quarterback entered a guilty plea to federal dogfighting conspiracy charges. Vick, who had said he was innocent of these charges, apparently changed his mind when his co-defendants reached plea deals of their own and would possibly offer testimony against him. His lawyers said Vick accepts responsibility for his actions and the mistakes he has made. They would not, though, disclose any details of the plea agreement or how much time he might expect to serve. ESPN reporting it could be anywhere from 18 months to 3 years, but the judge could give him the maximum of 5 years. A hearing is set for Monday. NFL hasn't come out with any specific suspension guides of his own. No word yet on if he will ever play in the NFL again. On a brighter note, Panther camp ended in Spartanburg today with a traditional rookie hazing, taping them to the goalpost. Panthers play their first home exhibition game Friday against New England. And star linebacker Dan Morgan says he'll play. Morgan missed most of last year with a concussion. Well, another day, another rain out in NASCAR. The cry again today, gentlemen, get out your umbrellas. Rains came again to Michigan International Speedway. They postponed this race for the second straight day. They'll try to get it in Tuesday, 10 a.m. This weekend they'll come to Bristol. Well, Prep Football's Endowment Week had some great performances. The topper, Franklin's Josh Young, ran for 313 yards and 37 carries in the Panthers' 35-16 win over Hayesville, 10 yards short of the school record. Inca got a great first win for Dickie Williams, their new coach, but what a night for McDowell's Terrence Kincaid, 217 yards rushing. Another guy with a great first week, Cherokee superback Langston Wood, ran for 220 yards, scored 4 touchdowns in the win over Andrews. Edward McDonald says that's nothing new for Wood, who may be the best in the mountains.
Go! Now, several years ago when Langston Wood started playing football, his dad came up with an idea.
I was about 10 years old, and my dad, he said, I want you to try running back. When we talked to coach, told him, put me at running back. He threw me in there, and that's when I come back, I was pretty good.
Pretty good idea, huh? And from that point, Langston hasn't looked back, while opponents have looked at him roll up big yards and become one of the elite players in the mountains.
He got speed, of course.
He's proven that over time. He's a very talented player.
Last season, Wood put up ridiculous numbers for the Braves, just a shade under 2,000 yards and 26 touchdowns. This season, expect more, simply because there is more of him. Packed on about 15 pounds of muscle in the offseason, a big weapon with big things expected of him.
It allows me to break tackles and be in shape. It allows me to stay in the game longer, and my teammates depend on me more.
He's a lot bigger back this year, a lot stronger, and he's been able to maintain the speed that he's had, so we're hoping he's going to be not only a fast running back, but also a physical running back this year.
Tourists are idle tonight. They're trying to recoup from that rough weekend in Columbus where they lost 3 or 4. They're 2.5 back. They'll play at home tomorrow.
It's the heat.
It's the heat. It is. Like Columbus heat.
Well, thanks for joining us. World News with Charles Gibson is coming up next.
If you want some more local news, you can turn on over to My 40. Hope to see you back here tonight at 11. Have a good one.
Things I love, Esther Engel. I love the flowers. I've got green thumbs and green toes with it. I specialize in lilies. I wish my green thumb applied to money like it does flowers. I have had an account with the credit union since 1934. I love the Telco Credit Union. Telco helps my money grow.
the Chevy Model Year-End event, where you'll find the best offer ever on the all-new Silverado. 0% APR for 60 months on Silverado half-ton extended and crew cabs for well-qualified buyers. Just click and go to Chevy.com to find the Silverado you want. Then get to your Chevy dealer before it's gone. Or get $3,500 cash back on all 2007 Silverado half-ton crew cab models. Click on Chevy.com. Then see your Carolina Chevy dealer today.
Improve your bathroom and improve your lifestyle. Call Rebath at 1-800-BATHTUB and convert that old bathtub to a modern walk-in shower. An easy-to-clean shower base with a built-in seat and safety bar. Pick your new colors and you can have a walk-in shower in as little as 1 day. Call today and get $200 off. Don't monkey around. Call Rebath, America's largest bath remodeler, at 1-800-BATHTUB.
Welcome to World News. Tonight, monster storm. Deadly Hurricane Dean gains strength and bears down on popular Mexican resorts. American tourists